We won't sing about Africa today. I make I get my brother and my sisters here with me. My people, make una follow me. Welcome, my people. How una day, my people? Una welcome to the Phina show today. As soon as sabi my name, na Phina Brooks. Today, my people, today we don't come back. Oh, we won't knock some kind of matter together to see how we go fix them when they happen for our community. Una dey hear? So to do that one, now I can invite two of my sisters. So then they did the show last year too. So this now part 2 of that show. We dey carry on forward because we dey won't continue with all the progress we make for our community and won't fix things. Not be just say we won't talk the talk, we want to walk the walk. So we don't come back. Make we knock the matter again, my people. My sister from another mama, when they call the one, the only, Njideka Harris Eze. You can follow me. Welcome, mama. Welcome to the Phina show, Cece.
My people. It's good to be here.
This is a big grammar she dey speak for us. Now, the former president of the Nigerian Community Association for Calgary for here. Now, so she be proper community leader. So we bring her back. Make she follow science or kind of matter when they happen for community. And for the other side of how we get my sister from Kenya. Her name now Rose, the Rose of Kenya, Rose Undeiki. She did here. She did the show last year too. She come. Make we knock the matter together. Make sure they give us the Kenyan perspective. And Njideka will give us the Nigerian perspective. Then me, I will come support them with their own perspective. Okay? That's what we'll go do on today. So, my sisters, make we talk some of the matter when they happen for community today. The things when they hinder us as communities. What do you think? What will be some of the problems when we see or they hear, they experience other people they see, or even within ourselves? What will be some of the problems when they face as Black people for our communities?
The matter is serious. My people, make I apologize so because plenty times I go switch from this broken because the matter is very serious. So this time last year, we just sit here. In fact, we're telling ourselves today that there were 4 of us sitting on this chair. And see how life has changed. We're doing social distancing. So we've come through quite a bit with COVID. So life as we know it is different. And with that going on, it has also sort of really brought to the fore some of these problems we grapple with in our community over the years. And for today, maybe what I would really focus on is the issue of the way that we as immigrants and with our families, how we interact with the social construct that we have found ourselves.
Abroad.
Yes. So we are coming from a place where it takes a village to raise a child, that community lifestyle, and we're coming to a more individualistic me environment. So of course there's going to be adjustments and it's tough. I'm sure you know it's tough for all of us to go from how we were brought up to what it is that we are living in with ourselves and our families. So we tend to have a lot of issues. Sometimes it's just communication. Like there are times that I've had to come in and it's just a mother maybe speaking to a child and saying, I will kill you. Which in this environment,
they think it's literal.
Yeah, they take it literally. And maybe what this mother meant was you're going to go and do time out.
Yes.
So when you say that and then the social workers get involved, the police get involved, these children get taken out of their homes, maybe not to even a place where it's going to be better for them or whether they'll be better loved.
Right.
But you see, we have these little things that set up big problems with the way the families function and the way we interact with the system. So those conflicts tend to generate loads and loads of problems in our community. So everybody literally has to relearn how we talk and the things we do. And sometimes it's for the better because we're not saying that all of this is bad.
Right.
And sometimes it is not. But sometimes we still have to find. So we're constantly trying to find that balance.
Right.
You know, in how we run our lives. So I think that's an area where I would say that is a bit of a problem for our community. The quickness of how things can really escalate.
Yes,
And
can
go
change.
wrong from
Your
the
life is
dynamics,
changed forever.
Yes,
Yeah.
forever. And, you know, so yeah. So those are, that's, I would say, one of the areas where I had to really do a lot of interventions and be involved with the community.
Yeah.
Rose,
Yeah.
my Kenyan Rose, my Kenyan Rose.
Yes.
What will be your take on this matter? What will be
Yeah.
some of the problems when you don't see for our communities, like
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
you know, for your community?
Yeah.
It's the same. To me, I see it as
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
Kenya, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, all the Africans, Caribbeans, now the same community.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how you see them for your community?
Where do you start? You know, you look left, right, center, you see a lot of issues. So really, the question is, where do you start? You know, I recognize that our, especially Black communities, you know, we've gone through many years of hurt and heartache, that we've reached a point where it's very difficult to trust people. It's a struggle to have self-love, and so because of that we tend to keep to ourselves.
Right.
So I could be struggling and suffering and not tell anybody. I could be doing really well and keep it to myself. So we have become so self-focused, and you know, for good reasons and in some cases for bad reasons. And so when we are so closed up that way, then we are not sharing things with other people.
Right.
If I share with you what I'm experiencing, you might open up and share with me what you're experiencing, and we can help each other.
Right.
If I share with you how well I am doing, then you can pick on a few things that you can also do to better improve yourself. So I do see a lot of that individualism, a lot of keeping to ourselves. We were talking earlier that if I don't tell you my problem, how are you gonna know to help me?
Right.
So I do see that as one of the bigger things. You know, there's all this other stuff that we see, things like poverty, things like lack of adequate education amongst our people. But the biggest one I see is not embracing some sense of union or unity amongst ourselves, so we can hold each other's hands and together go through the challenges of life.
Together, and that's what it's supposed to be. We're supposed to date together, hold each other accountable, and each other, you know, lift each other up, and all that. Go together, do life together. But unfortunately, nobody say it be all the time. So my people, we they come back just now, and I'm not going anywhere. Today we they hear about the problems and the solutions we will find for our communities. Okay, we will soon as soon.
I was thinking about this Black History Month, and I did a little bit of research. And what struck me, because I can't even start to list the inventions, I can't even memorize them, they are too numerous. Day-to-day stuff that we use and we take for granted, a lot of them, you know, originated from Africans, yeah.
When are we gonna stop singing about Africa?
I bring my people around me, all of us, we brothers and sisters, but we will take just a particular, not to say we won't care where we come from or anything, because we'll be the same, right? My people, we don't come back. Today we hear about some of the issues, make I not smile because my issues, okay? Some of the issues when we get for our community, and we'll try to find some solutions, you know, for all of us, because we need to do this life together. As we come abroad, some of us born them here, our children and all that, but where we come from, other countries, and we come here, can't learn how things that happen for here, and they try to merge the two cultures, our natural culture and the one we don't adopt, we merge them together. So we want to see how we take fit, manage, acclimatize well for this country, and to make life better for all of us, not just ourselves, our own close family, but for all of us as a community. So we continue the matter with my sister here, Njideka Harris Eze, and my sister, the one and only Rose Ndeki. Okay? So my sister, as we talked before, so with me some of the other challenges when they see, apart from the ones we don't mention now, because we need to start finding a solution for them.
I think the other one, and you know, everything is in life is all linked. It's the lack of opportunity sometimes. And that lack of opportunity is reflected when you go into maybe a school system and a child doesn't have anybody that looks like them in a position of authority, like a teacher. and somebody that can be like, they can sort of, it's natural to empathize and to look up to that person. So sometimes this lack of opportunity is going to make this situation be worse, right? Because if there was that teacher in there, if there was that school administrator in there, they might be able to understand and be able to
identify the problem quicker.
Yes, and then relate better with that child. And the same thing goes with even law enforcement, right? So that's a big one, where you have policing, but you don't have the police reflecting the communities that they serve.
That's right.
So that in itself is a barrier, and it's an area that if we could start to chip away at it, I think it would make for better community policing and the health and wellness of everybody.
Me, I'd always talk say, if you want a good friend, you be a good friend. And I'd always also the talk say, you know, if you want to understand other people, it's better to learn their culture, learn how they do things. So for every black person, I'd always they challenge us, say, if you be black person and all your friends now black people, you know they come up for your community, you know they step out of your comfort zone, not be good thing. Try and step out of your comfort zone sometimes to learn what they happen outside your community. That is the only way we will fit understand the cultures around us, because it's plenty. You know, even though Canada not be melting pot like that, but we are still kind of a United Nations. Every culture they here. So we need to learn to live well with not just our neighbors, other people for these communities when they're around us, other cultures. Get to understand how things they happen outside our community. That's some of the observations I don't they make, the problems when they get for our community. Because we know they step outside our comfort zone. We know they learn what they happen. So sometimes you go somewhere as a black person, you feel be the only black person for that place. And you go look around, nobody like you, and it's not good. So, but now what you feel say everybody's supposed to be involved in, but black people know they show up sometimes. Those are the problems now they see. So Rose, what will be some of the issues when they see as well?
One of the issues I see is with the youth and children. You know, most of us here, we grew up, I assume, in another country, and many of us moved out of that country when we are adults. So our children who are born here, you know, they see themselves as Canadians, but also have that other identity of where their parents are from. So I feel that children and youths have a sense of cultural identity question that needs to be answered. Who am I really at the core? What are my values? So, you know, I feel that a lot of the children don't have the opportunity to really understand who they are deep down, because once you know who you are, what you believe, your values and all those things, then you're actually gonna pursue life with confidence. You're gonna speak up when you see something. But if you're not sure who you are, you're not gonna be able to pursue some of the things or speak up for yourself.
Not true, you talk, my sisters. So my people, will they come back again? No, not go anywhere today. With our matter, the table, we could talk them together. Okay, we'll soon as soon.
Another nice way to actually help educate these kids,
not true,
and see how other people have managed to do different things, even out of the necessity, to help inspire our young generation to do more, even more than what people before us have done.
When are we gonna stop singing about Africa?
So my people, we don't come back. Today we hear our matter about waiting to happen for our communities, and we won't find solutions now, because they say when you identify the problem, you still have to find a way to identify the solution. So now we did. So my people, so my sisters, waiting be some of the solutions when you go think say we'll take fix some of these things when they do our community.
I think we want to start with ourselves. And when I say ourselves, I want to say that we are unique in the fact that we are coming from two cultures. So we're going to be in a unique position to pick the best of the two cultures and go with it. And that gives us an advantage. The other thing is around representation. We have to consciously start to shatter those ceilings. And I'm very, very proud to say that in our community, we have done a phenomenal job at integrating. Right now, the commissioner for the Minister for Justice in Alberta is a Nigerian, Minister Mado. And I know that we have made a conscious decision to really get involved and engaged. And we just don't want to stop there. We want to be able to get into all the other places, schools, politics in more numbers, because it's good to be at the table when things are being decided.
Right.
We don't want to keep looking in from the windows and then stuff is happening, decisions are being made about us. We want to get involved in other sectors of the economy so that we give ourselves that opportunity that we start to reflect when you look at some of those institutions. And another area is law enforcement. A lot of us are being encouraged to pursue careers. And those careers don't necessarily have to be walking the beat as a police person. There's nothing wrong about that. That is perfect, because that's the core of keeping us safe. But if you were a lawyer, for example, you could go into their legal department. I mean, the police tells us that they have hundreds of professions that people can
apply for,
can pursue within the police, within the armed forces. So I think it will be important for us to step more deliberately and strategically into some of these other places, so that we can be in charge of that integration, because nobody is going to give it to us except we go there and we say we're here and we're here to participate.
Right.
So I think
Right. What do you think about this matter?
Yeah, charity begins at home. We need to start with ourselves and then reach out to our immediate family members and then be part of our larger community. We talked about, engagement. Be part of something. Be part of maybe a local community. For example, we have our Kenyan community. You have a Nigerian, you have Ghanaian. And then beyond that, we can collectively even have a bigger community of Africans. But engage in other things that are beyond yourself. The other thing, we mentioned school systems. I see, like my kids' school, for example, they're bringing in information that help kids understand, okay, this is the culture I live in, this is how it functions. And so providing that education for our children as well. It's part of the solution. Yeah.
Now, so those are good solutions when we define. So my people will come back. We're not going anywhere today. We dey yarn our matter. You get the table, and now we define solutions. When you go help all of us, okay? We come back just now. We as Africans, until we learn to tell our story, nobody go tell them for us. And if they tell them, no go they authentic. They go tell them to favor themselves, not the people when they concern. So now I make it good. So make we not only they talk our story. Make we they share them with our children. Make we they share them with anybody we come, so that the world go they educated about our what thing we they do, because Africans they contribute to the society. Africans they contribute to the world. But they hardly hear them.
True.
They hardly see them. They hardly hear them.
When are we gonna stop singing about Africa?
My people, we don't come back today with the table some of the matter when it concerns us as community. And say as if it Black History Month, we say maybe we'll continue the matter when we start last year or even the year before. Maybe we'll continue to identify the problem so that we will find the solution. So today, now, we try to find the solutions. So for me, I feel that, like I talked before, if you be blessing, try to bless other people. Not keep your blessing to yourself. Share your blessing. They say if one person day up, it could make it carry other people follow body, so that many people will day up with you, keep you company. So that if you they fall, they feel they help you, they lift you back up. Not be when only one person day up, everybody day down, they look you. Because now part of the way we did for our other countries. Or would they like to one big man go there, everybody go they serve the big man? They're not supposed to be like that. Everybody's supposed to be good. At least they in a stable place. When we say would they lift each other up? If somebody they go down, you follow, they lift them up again, so that everybody life go better. That is one of my solutions. So what do you think about these other matters?
No, I think it's very important because I think the most powerful thing in the world is the economy. It's the money. Part of coming out of our comfort zone is also going into entrepreneurship. And for an entrepreneur to succeed, you need people to patronize your business. So as my sister Rose has said, charity begins at home. We have to be able to encourage ourselves to even take that step, that leap of faith, to go out there. And we have to be able to help and nurture our businesses. So we're not saying to discriminate, but we're saying that everybody likes to do business with people that they like.
Yes.
I mean, that's something that is out there in the world of marketing and all that. So we should be able to like ourselves
enough
to give ourselves that benefit of that patronage, that trust, to say, I believe you can get this done, and then support that person's business.
Right.
And if the person has done well, don't keep them a secret. Share it.
Share it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Because when we do well, then the boat is lifting everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait till me your last solution, Rose.
Njide, I love your point. Can we speak louder? Support one another. Yes. And on the other side, you know, smile at people.
Right.
You know, check on people. Call somebody, call seniors, call your friends, check on each other. Sometimes it's just the simple things in life.
That's right.
Yes.
And then talk and say, you know, for our community, I don't think say we get enough mentors. And then at your department as well, you know, say you get plenty when they look up to you, even older people, not just young people. But what will be some of these solutions I would make sure say we get more mentors, because we need to really get mentors for our young people, people when they're going to look up to and when they will feel relate to. So hammer that one back again, because you don't touch that one before. So waiting be the best way to be a mentor and be a mentee.
I think for the mentors, it's remembering that you didn't get to where you were by yourself. You had to climb on people's shoulders to get there. I use our community always as an example. A couple of years ago, the average Nigerian that came in here, if you had a PhD, you ended up driving a cab. And the community came together and they said, this is not good enough.
No.
And they went out there as one united voice and they picketed a lot of companies and said, you cannot be doing this. We are good enough to be on your payroll. And that broke that barrier. And now we have a situation where people just come in, and because the people that went ahead of us did very well, and they showed their competence, they showed that they were top-notch professionals in whatever field it was, those doors have been opened and people are now walking through. So what we want to always remind ourselves is that we shouldn't forget that we are standing on the shoulders of giants, and that there's a responsibility for us to pay it forward for the people that will come behind us. So wherever you find yourself, be approachable, be humble, always to know that it's not just all about you, that you didn't just get there all by yourself, that there were people that cleared the path for you more or less. So when you get there, you have to ask yourself every day, how many other people's paths have I cleared today? Or did I put an obstacle in their way?
Not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
Yeah.
Because sometimes even when we work for companies, we know they think within our actions they go cost the next person when they go look like you, when they go on, they're supposed to hire for that place. So make we get conscious of all these things so that we go fix them for the next person when they go work after you for that same place or for even that industry. May they not label all of us the same. Okay, una do well, my sisters.
Yeah.
We touched some things to do, and I know city matter plenty. There's plenty to talk about, plenty to solve, plenty to find solutions for. But for now, make we stop, make we give una a break, make we reflect on all these things when we talk today. So, okay, we will talk to una soon. Una do well for watching us today, oh my people. Una bye bye you. Make we
bye
wait
bye
our
you.
people. Una bye bye you. Una bye you.
Bye bye, yo.
Say I'm now, my people. We Africans, we they think with our brain when we really want to, and we need to continue to think with our brains.
When are we we gonna stop singing about Africa?
This matter never finish. We still need to be shout out, like the song talk. When are we going to start singing about Africa? So we don't start the singing, and we'll continue to do drum. So make we start to the drum. And so,
Africa.
my people.